your dog.
Ooh.
Sorry?
You're listening to Parasearch Radio, news, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. Parasearch UK Radio. Parasearch Radio, broadcasting to the UK and beyond.
The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch Radio or its affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised. You're listening to Kerry Greenaway and Mark Manley on the Dark Mirror Paranormal Show, only on Parasearch Radio.
Good evening and welcome to the Dark Mirror Paranormal Show. My name is Kerry Greenaway and
already.
and joining me in the studio is the lovely Mark Manley. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening. Make it so, number one.
And Carl Hutchinson. Good evening, my gorgeous Carl. How are you?
I'm alright, apart from I do apologise about anybody that heard me freaking out a little bit. I do apologise. We're having a few little technical issues where I was expecting not to be live, but I may have become live. So I do apologise if I said anything inappropriate.
I don't think anybody had anything major apart from oh, and there's me going I'm pressing the mute button.
That's fine. I'm just covering all bases.
Oh, we're so professional on the Dark Mirror Show, aren't we?
We are indeed.
Oh yes.
And I would just like to say, last week's show where we were very, very respectful for the subject, and it was a very interesting subject. This week we are going back to the
normal services will be resumed.
Perfect. Yes, exactly.
I'm talking the origins of the Dark Mirror Show. We will have a little bit more of fun, hey, and a little bit of hey.
Well, so, I honestly don't think you can help it with this particular topic.
No, you can't. Can I announce the topic? Can I go on? Because it can only be done in one voice. You
okay,
can't...
Go on then. Mark, go for it.
Mark, before he announces it, you can only do it, and I know you probably said it, but I'm going to say it because I've got a slight delay in my ear. You have to say it in the proper way of saying it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the Illuminati. And I painted you gold.
Well, I'd like to put it out publicly that I am not a member of the Illuminati. How about you guys? Are you members of the Illuminati?
That would be terrible.
I might be. I've signed up to a lot of stuff in my time.
No, I'm not. I haven't been asked. I have been asked to join the them
Freemasons?
Yeah, that's it.
Or the Buffalo people. The Bear Club or whatever it's called.
The only thing I've done about Buffalo is playing
you got arrested for the Buffaloes last time.
Yeah, apart from playing machines in Vegas where it goes, Buffalo! That's about as much as me. Illuminati!
Yes. Right, one thing I've got to say is, all this nonsense, because I did the research for this week's show, just for all of you listening. All of the and I enjoyed it.
Within 2 minutes of the show, he's already put it out there that he did the research this week. Everybody, all right? Just in case you missed that. Just in case.
And anybody that didn't hear that, Mark did the research. So technically, I'm just going to whisper that into a couple of people's ears. So he's to blame.
He's not. He's Kerry.
Go on, Mark.
Go on, come on.
The Illuminati.
So this week I decided, well, I was told I'd do it, so I did. And what I was going to say is, I I think that the Illuminati is out there, but I don't think it's as it's painted. I do not believe it's disappeared whatsoever, because there's too much stuff that points towards it. But I do think that, to be honest with them, most of them are nut jobs. But, hey-ho.
Rich nut jobs.
Yeah. Very rich nut jobs.
Exactly. We're not talking like... We've got levels here. That's all I'm going to say. The Illuminati. Illuminati, even.
Illuminati? What's the Illuminati?
Sorry.
The Illuminati? Is that like the after the Illumi 79?
No, that's like when you cough when you're trying to find the A-team, isn't it?
Sorry about that, everybody.
If you can find them. You can find them.
It's like the secret cough of the Illuminati, everybody. Right, so guys, right, it just is rich boys clubs, right?
No.
That's where I'm going with this. It's just like a load of rich people, or one guy in particular, who I'm sure Mark will fill us in on the sensible bit in a minute, set up a club because you weren't able to get into another club, and it was like, oh, well, we're better than them, kind of thing. It's so schoolboyish how it started.
Oh, it's definitely an old school time routine.
Mark, do you want to fill us in on who we're talking about?
So you've got to look at it. These are high-powered, so-called powers and beings and people that are... What the bloody was that? Sorry.
The Illuminati, mate. They're after you.
I don't know about Illuminati, but something's just flown off the... Right.
Oh.
Yeah, look... Ladies and gentlemen, alcohol may be involved.
No alcohol involved in this moment. This thing...
Oh, dear. Right, Mark. Yes. Where did it begin? Who was I talking about, that man?
The Illuminati was started in the year 1773 by Adam Weishaupt. And he says in his best German accent. This Adam Weishaupt, he was a German philosopher, yeah? And he was made the chair of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt. University of Bavaria. With the Bavarian girls, with the large steins. That was largely influenced by the Roman Catholic Church. Before his appointment...
Can you just do it in English, please?
Oh, God, you're such an old fart sometimes. Before his appointment, the position had been occupied by priests for 90 years. And then 2 years later, he was made the dean of the university at the young age of 27. And many of the priests were not happy at the young hotshot who was gaining power. And Jesuits and Weishaupt fought over the church's intolerance and bigotry. A long story short, he got booted out. He said, I've had enough of this nonsense. Stuff you. And in particular, stuff you with the bald head in the corner there. And then he went away and he founded the Illuminati in the year of 1776, which was a significant year in American history because it's commonly known that many of the founding fathers were members of the Freemasons, as in George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and John Hancock, which is where you get the term for the signature John Hancock from, on the bottom of the that bit of paper that they throw so much hold in, and I can't remember what you call it. I can't remember their names. But anyway, so he started all this stuff up, and the basic explanation is that these guys who were the founding fathers were simply Freemasons who kept their philosophy secret. And he started the Illuminati, and these guys were supposedly in it. And it was supposed to keep religion and all that nonsense out of it. So basically a group of free thinkers. That's what it was supposed to have been at the time. But as we all know, and we've all watched Austin Powers, and we all know Dr. Evil is the Illuminati, and it's not. Scott, you've been a very bad boy. Anyway, over to you, Kate.
So exactly what I said then, which was basically he got the strop on because he couldn't join the Freemasons and went, well, I'll make my own club then.
I said it a lot better.
Kerry, I think you're absolutely right, because
thank you.
As history will kind of give you a little bit of information, because to be truthfully honest, it's a bit vague, it's a bit wishy-washy, it's a bit woo, and it's a bit way.
You wait till the next theory of where it started, mate. I'm telling you.
To be truthfully honest, when you start investigating and start reading the stuff that we're trying to talk about, it does get a bit wishy-washy. It does get a bit what the bleep 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 bleep.
Yeah. Do you think?
Now, but I think the underlining line is these people were that decided that they couldn't get into this little fan group, so they thought they'd make their own little fan group up.
Yeah. And you've got to fit certain criteria. And then you probably have to do some form of, I don't know, initiation ceremony.
Roll your trouser leg up and slap your backside with a...
Look, what you do, Vince, the privacy of your own home for fun, mate, with a tub of lard and a length of hosepipe is entirely up to you, but let's keep it clean, yeah?
Well, Mark, at the end of the day, you didn't mind last time.
Well, that was, you promised me you wouldn't go in dry, so, you know.
Oh, my God, enough of that. We're live on the show.
I keep forgetting.
The thing with this is the Illuminati. I know you keep forgetting. Stop it. I get in trouble with the boss man who's in the chat room. The thing with this
would be this show if we did.
The whole... the thing is with the Illuminati now is so many conspiracy theories tie into this. It's absolutely...
Oh, completely, Carrie. If you look at it, every possible conspiracy theory has somebody sitting there in his little wicker chair, rocking from side to going, let me think. This national amazing thing happened. But we're going to go, the Illuminati were involved. And 9 times out of 10, over the years, it sort of becomes folklore. Because people say, the Illuminati were involved in this. The Illuminati were involved in that. The Illuminati are still involved in this. The Illuminati were still involved in modern day politics.
Would you like me to mention just a few of the conspiracy theories that I found?
Absolutely, Mark.
That I linked to this.
Love you.
Well, first of all, we have got 1969. 69. Moon landing. Then we have JFK's assassination, which we covered last week.
Hang on, 2 seconds. Yes. So, moon landing, JFK.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Illuminati involved in the Dark Mirror show?
Richard?
That is the exact...
So, basically, Mr. Paul Rook, if you, he's in the chat room now, I need a photograph of his left bottom cheek, because I'm guaranteed it says on there, property of the Illuminati.
Either that
or
grade A beef.
They are supposed to have this mind control scenario going on as well. I mean, when you start looking at what the Illuminati is supposed to be, quite frankly, it's quite a cool club. They have mind like controlling powers. They've got loads of contacts, rich and famous, secret societies, so you feel like you're really special. You've got rituals where you can roll your trouser leg up and stuff. You've got basically you can do anything you want to and affect the world spectrum whilst you're at it. You know what I mean? The political spectrum or whatever you want, you can do, right? What a great club! It sounds like the Scouts.
It is a great club to be in, but it's how much you actually believe that they can influence situations that happen in life. If you believe that these guys can influence certain events in history that have happened, then I'm sorry, you need to put your hand up, which a lot of people won't, but I'm going to guarantee if you believe in this, what they can do, there's going to be a lot of people with their hands in their hair, which I'm just going to put out there, you believe in conspiracy theories.
Yeah, wow, that's true, because it's just about...
Illuminati, and you believe in what they do and what they have behind them, you're going to be waving your hands at a lot of things in history, from the moon landing, Kennedy,
Roswell,
Cuba, Roswell,
everything.
Every major historical thing that happens in the modern day life, you're going to be waving your hand. And I can guarantee, if we went one by one by one, and we did this whole thing about a room of 100 people, do you believe in this? 100 people with their hands up. By the time we got to the last question, I can guarantee there'd be one hand up. If you believe in the Illuminati, your hand would be up all the way down to the last question.
Probably up all the way to the elbow as well.
Exactly. It'd be up to about there.
It would be, it certainly would be in the air.
Yeah.
because the Illuminati, the Illuminati, it's one of those, isn't it? This all-encompassing power that runs the world. To what means? I mean, to what means? What's their motive? That they want more money?
Money.
They
New
want
World
more
Order.
money.
I say it's money and power.
New World Order. That's
New World
another one of the conspiracy theories. It all comes down to the New World Order, and they're going to be running it, and blah 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 blah. It's like their symbol is the Owl of Minerva. And the Owl of Minerva, well, we all know what Minerva was, and she was the goddess. And they go off. That's why they do these naughty, raunchy things where they run around bonfires going, oh, but the thing is they have no.
No, I think you'll find that's the Wiccas.
Yeah, but can I just ask a question? So, are you saying, give it a mark, just to put something out there, which you probably sent the research, and I'm probably ignoring it because I haven't read it.
Don't, he'll get so hurt.
No, because he knows me, and I do better stuff when I don't read it. So, the Illuminati, modern day, blah, 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 controlling this, that, and the other. Do you think that the Illuminati was, back in the day, similar names to the Hellfire Club?
Well, yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing the Illuminati.
Sorry.
In all honesty.
I might say it, but I thought I might just put it out there.
That's exactly what I see it as.
I think you're onto something because the Illuminati was done originally as a big, and I'm going to swear, and I apologise, it is after 9 p.m. watershed, but the Illuminati was originally done as a big fuck you to the Catholic and Jesuit Church. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, why not?
So, yeah,
but now it's expanded, right? So that's maybe how it started. But over the years, that has expanded, and now it's supposed to be like what they actually want to achieve is like a one government. They want to impose like a total government. Don't they? Of all the high powers. So we haven't got individual governments for countries. We've actually got just,
Dr. Evil presiding over the world.
A group of these people. A group of Dr. Evils.
Dr. Evil.
But a group of people sitting around a massive table, as you see in the films, as you see in Goldmember and all this, ha ha ha, and all that.
We're all in the chat room tonight.
But at the end of the day, there's got to be somebody from each of the different areas who is there, whether they're famous, whether they're not famous, or whether they're controlling this or that and other, but they're controlling the whole atmosphere, the whole economic wars, destinies, what's going on in the world. They're controlling everything. That's the crutch of the Illuminati now in modern day life.
Well, Beyonce is supposed to be a member and her idiot husband. And then you've got Lady Gaga, who Mark in the, not me, Mark in the chat room, but Mark Atkin in chat room, my friend, sent us that link, didn't he, to Lady Gaga? And when you read it, it makes for a solid good read.
Excuse me, who sent that to you first?
Well, you sent it first, and he sent it at the same time.
No, I actually sent it to you. This is like a little competition thing going on.
I thought we talk history and a little bit.
No, we are. Sorry, it's just a little side thing. Yeah, exactly. Now, this originally was set up. The Illuminati was actually named the Order of the Illuminati, which actually means enlightened ideals. This seems to me to be like the posh people, the posh people's version of the Hellfire Club, except they think they're bigger and better and they can have more power with control, whereas the Hellfire Club was just like raunch, sex, drugs and rock and roll kind of thing, wasn't
that sounds like my kind of club.
So when you're looking at it, this is almost like, no, I'm going to do, and we're going to affect everything. And the educated members and their ideals is to actually control the world. This is, no, you can point your finger in a second, right?
I am pointing my finger.
It's to control the world.
I want to say something agreeing with you in a slightly different way.
Under one government, which is all their members.
Can I explain just a little bit about the Illuminati and the Freemasons? Just a little tiny bit.
No.
Shut your face. The basic explanation is that they were simply Freemasons who kept their philosophy secret because it clashed with the church. That's why I said it was a big FU to the church. But some believe that it was deeper and linked to the Illuminati, and the use of their symbolism of the all-seeing eye above the pyramid on the dollar bill is said to come from Vishhaupt. The Latin words encircling the pyramid translate to "it has favoured our undertakings, new order of the ages," or some take it to mean the announcement of a new world order. And as Richard said in the chat room just then, and then there's the birth of the UN Council. Strange.
Strange indeed. But if you're an Illuminati believer, then that is not quite so strange, is it?
And they also control the website before it's news, and that is how they disseminate their information.
But
With viruses.
But
Yes.
But
I just have to put this one out. You said about Hellfire Club, blah, 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 and they were drunk debauchery and this, that, and the other. But over time, what they probably were up to happened in several centuries and several other different points of view to the modern day. Probably the same sort of weird and wonderful stuff that was happening now in a group in the old school tie group was probably happening back then. So I don't think that the Hellfire Club is a lot different to probably most clubs now.
The Hellfire Club was rah, 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 started, oh, bloody hell, my elephant's gone. Oh, let's have some of that.
Exactly. So you stop shooting elephants and you start looking at this, and you start looking at business, you start looking at politics, you start looking at life, and so the group then progresses. So I think a lot of it has to do.
I don't think the Hellfire Club progressed into the Illuminati. I think they're two completely separate identities.
Okay, look at who was involved in the Hellfire Club.
It doesn't matter. It's the way.
It doesn't matter.
No, because I tell you why it doesn't matter. Because
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
Hellfire
it's that time
Club.
of the night again where you sit back with a back popcorn, all the comfy chirp, and listen to the chirp.
It's that. I've lost my thread now, right? What it is the Hellfire Club. They don't care. They've got the power that they want. They don't want ultra power. They don't want ultra power. They've got enough influence, power, and money. They just want to have fun and fun.
No.
Right? Whereas you've got the Illuminati, who are actually controlling worldwide events. There's a huge difference in clubs.
At the end of the day, we look at modern day Illuminati. They are trying to control world events.
But they always have done.
No, let me finish. You had your moment. I'm just saying, back in the caves, back in the day when you had a leader over here at the moment, currently, just happened, Donald Trump.
Is that the one who wants to build a wall?
Oh, no, we're not going to go. See, I knew it was going to divulge into politics.
President of the United States.
Exactly, politics.
No, I'm not talking politics.
Oh.
Who was one of the Hellfire Cave people?
Oh, no.
One of the presidents of the United States.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, if you go to Hellfire Cave...
I clearly know this because I don't even know which president he's talking about.
Okay, anybody in the chat room who knows about the Hellfire Caves, the Hellfire Club...
Hellfire Club, yeah.
Reports and documentation that there was a US president, and I will give a prize. I will give a special prize of a bit of equipment lying on my desk at the moment.
Abraham Lincoln.
Anybody that
Abraham Lincoln.
No, that names...
President Bush.
Benjamin Franklin.
Was the US president that was part of the Hellfire Clubs in the UK.
Roosevelt.
Invented.
Roosevelt. What do you reckon? Have we said it? Have we said it?
I found it out. I will give a K2 meter.
Oh no, I'm not even going to play then.
Okay, I'll give I tell you what, I've got a price.
The sandwiches, isn't it?
Something that I bought in Salem. I will give a Ouija board keyring.
Ooh, Ooh, a Ouija board keyring. I quite like the idea of that.
Give anybody that gives me the name and the association with the Hellfire Cave and modern times.
Yeah, even Richard says it's Benjamin Franklin.
Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon.
Nope.
You just pulled out. You just googled a list. Anyway, we're getting off. We're supposed to be talking about the Illuminati. So I think Carl is a member of the Illuminati to try to gear us off of topic. Mark, that's what I reckon. He doesn't actually want us. He doesn't want us talking about the Illuminati.
I've also got my little theory that some Illuminati members, or Illuminati may be a misnomer. It may be misinformation to take people away from the Bohemian Grove because they have a lot of very similar members. That's all I'm going to say about that one. And I'll just
maybe they could belong to like more than one club.
I think if you've got places that are New World Order and this and that and the other, they're not going to tolerate another one that wants to be New World Order.
Okay.
Oh, so there's now battling between New World Order and the Illuminati.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah. Yes.
Got the Illuminati. I agree with what both of you say, in a way. But there's different trigger points in the Illuminati over history.
Explain.
Which trigger the conspiracy theory?
Explain.
All conspiracy theories.
Oh, mate, they are involved with everyone.
They are the all-seeing, all-power being that controls everything in the...
Well, apparently so, right?
So,
because
they must be behind every possible occurrence in history that has made impact. The Illuminati must be behind it.
Well, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, can there be an organisation that is that powerful, that intense, that spread out over the whole world or the whole planet that can control the most historical moments in time? That's what I'm saying. Can it happen?
My
point is, if they've got that much power that they could have done everything that they're supposed to have been involved in, then why haven't they already got the government that they set up for? Why are they wasting their time on little people like Marilyn Monroe and John Lennon and stuff like that? Because they're all tied in, right?
Yeah, but there's a celebrity.
No, it doesn't. If you've got that much, you're missing the point, though. Surely, if they can bump off, if they can do things like fake the moon landing, kill JFK, do 9/11, do Princess Diana, do those kind of level things, why are they not already following their educated academic ideals of setting up a new world order or a single government? If they've got that much power, then why haven't they already done it? And the reason is because they don't exist. Ooh, I held that. Did you see that? I held that poppy word.
Or Kerry.
You did?
Kerry. Or there's another thing. They've not got to the point where they can control everything, so they're trying to control the past in small ways and little ways, and then becoming an even bigger power when it becomes the one world order. Forget countries, forget politics, forget Labour, Brexit, this, that and the other and all that malarkey. One world order. Are they waiting for that moment to go, slip it into the old woohoo?
Slip it into
what?
what?
Away we go.
Hello, he's perked up then, Mark. So he's ready. What? Slip it into where?
I still think the Bohemian Grove is either the public face of the Illuminati or it's an offshoot of the Illuminati. But either way, it's a social club for members of the Illuminati because it has the same people in it.
Okay, Mark, I'll give you this question then. If it's a club and it's one of these things where they have an offshoot, what's their outcome? What do they want to produce?
Probably lots of alcohol. But if they're the social face of the Illuminati, nothing, because they're the social face. It's just, it's a very rich club for us people, $25,000 memberships for fee and this, that, and the other. So that's the public face, but they're not the Illuminati face.
So who is okay, so if it's the social and public face of the Illuminati, or as in you say, Illuminati, I can't do an impression.
Illuminati.
I can't do it.
So,
So
What's
you
some of the
have
members who were in it?
You're talking about other things that we've discussed in the past, and so you got this. I'm going to describe it quite generic, so please don't shoot me in the chat room. Please don't say that. So you got the smiley happy face, which is the public face of the Illuminati. Who's the angry, controlling face?
That's the face that nobody sees. Yeah, that's one of them.
But who are they?
People like the Rothschilds.
Illuminati?
Mr. 300-year-old, I've had so many implants to keep me going, it's untrue, Rothschild.
Well, let's put it this way: the Bohemian Grove pass.
Sorry,
Bohemian
I don't
Grove
mean
pass.
that. Didn't mean any disrespect by that, by the way. Just in case he
Us
listens.
350-year-old people listening tonight.
Like he's going to listen to the Dark Mirror show.
Yeah. She's probably listening thinking, I'm waiting for the Illuminati to come to back.
Let's see if these people really found out our secrets.
Sorry, Mark. Go for it. Go on.
Past members of the Bohemian Grove, and you'll see what I mean about these names. You've got Mark Twain, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Henry Kissinger, Walter Cronkite, etc., 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 etc. So you know,
people in history, people that are respected, people that are write history, Mark Twain, books and stuff, Ronald Reagan, actor, president, blah, 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 Richard Nixon, another president, twice over, and
Henry Kissinger.
Yep, all that. So you're talking major people in...
Who were
power,
also allegedly
at
members of the
particular
Illuminati.
points. So that's what I was saying earlier. Is the Illuminati a club where you have people that are in positions that are controlling situations to later on in life?
I think the Illuminati is the business dark side of it. That's the side that gets quiet. We don't know a lot about. But Bohemian Grove is...
You're saying the Illuminati could be similar to...
Somebody send the Men in Black round.
Modern day cults.
No.
And I said cults.
No, it's not a cult, is it? No. Well, I suppose it is a form of cult, but it's not. It's a power force. So Mark, are you then saying that behind hold on, I've got a point here, right? Hold on, that there are the public face, so the well-known names, but there's a level above that with people we don't know who they are. So we're going into another conspiracy.
No, I don't know if it's necessarily another level, but I think you've got, like how businesses have a public face, a public side and a private side, yeah? I think the Illuminati is very much like that. You've got the private side where Christ knows how they make their money, what they do, their rituals, this, that and the other. And then you've got the public side, which, well, not really the public side, but it's the side that people know most about, and that's the Bohemian Club. Do you see what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying.
Members.
I know what you're saying.
Members.
Yes, we're getting the point that it's got the same members. You said it about 20 times. We get it.
It's got the same members.
We get it. But what we're saying is, beyond that, you're saying that there's another level.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a private side to it, yeah, which is the side that all the conspiracy theories and everything comes into.
So what do they do? Sit around a table going, right, what shit can we cause next?
No, they normally turn around and say, Carl, can you do a shouty bit in the show and put everybody off the
I am not Illuminati.
He's not gone off on a rant yet, not properly. Right, Carl, what was your point?
I am not going to be on a ranting about the Illuminati. I have a few weird bits, which I don't know whether, because I'm going to throw these at my co-presenters.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl has a few weird bits, and he's going to throw them at us.
But without you guys knowing what I'm about to throw at you.
Come on, then, come on.
You worry about them.
Oh, he gets me all excited when he does this.
No.
Carl, come on, throw your wobblies at us.
No, because there's certain subjects we discuss and we talk about off air that we decide not to discuss.
Yes.
And I think there's one major thing that we've discussed which has so many similarities to what we're discussing now, which if I go down that route of so many similarities between past history and what Mark has said and what you've said, there's so many ties about this, that, and the other, and I don't really want to go into that unless you're happy to do that.
Well, you might as well, because we're all going, woo, come on. Oh, and somebody just turned around and said, Paul Rook, so what do you think of do you think the Illuminati is behind the flat Earth theory?
No flat Earth. Flat Earth people are stupid. Flat Earth people have whatever. They drink too much. They don't fly. They don't leave the house. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm talking about other similarities to
Go on.
similar things.
What have we talked about on a past show then that is...
No, there's you. Okay, this network won't discuss certain subjects.
Oh, God, you're going to bring the S word up.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the S word.
Exactly, and that's why I'm not saying it. There's so many similarities between the S word and...
Because somebody text me because I'm lost. Somebody text me, I'm lost.
I'm going to say this and I'm not going to say anything more. There's so many similarities about what goes on, what happens, what controls, this, that and the other, between the S word and the Illuminati. And power, money, media, face, non-media face, what goes on behind in the background. That's all I'm going to say. Kerry, you understand that? And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to discuss it, but I think there is...
there are similarities. I can understand where you're going with that. Right? So, but it is... Oh, God, it is...
Okay, Kerry...
Right, you've gone off on a curveball. I've got to try and get it back onto saying everybody knows what we're talking about, darling, because only me and you do. Right, okay, everybody, just so you know, I will say the word and be at risk of my life.
No.
Right?
No.
All right, I won't say the word. Anyway, going back to the Illuminati. Going back to the...
Just message me, for God's sake.
So I will, don't worry. Privately, I will message everybody who's messaging me going, what the hell are you lot talking about? What?
All I'm going to say is Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
Oh,
see, the penny drops, right? Yeah. No, don't call him a nut job. He's lovely. I'm loving a bit of Tom at the moment. Anyway, so... So listen, Mark.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the conspiracies that and why they're supposed to have been involved. For God's sakes, let's get this show back onto topic before at least we finish it.
Right. Okay, there's a book written by Chris Hodan. It's a co-author of Conspiracy Theories and Secret Societies for Dummies. And basically in it, he's got the Illuminati and the legacy historians and blah, 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 blah. And he reckons that the Illuminati were only mildly successful at becoming influential. And I'm just looking for it. And here we go. I'm just... Shall I do it? Shall I bring it up?
Go on. You know you want to.
All right, I will start. I'll start with a few of them. I'll tell you what, I'll give you some of the alleged members. And also, we've got a few celebrity deaths as well that's been
hell yeah.
Right, okay. I'll give you some famous members of the Illuminati first. All right? Some of them you know, some of them you may not know. So, Beyonce. We know.
She's like totally Illuminati.
Her idiot husband, Jay-Z, whatever the hell his name is. Madonna.
Yep, she's definitely in it.
Donald Trump.
No, I don't think they'd have him. Too thick.
They probably... No, your wig can come in, but not you. Kim Kardashian.
Possibly.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. They reckon Kanye West as well. If they're going to let that muppet in, they will have let Trump in. Sorry, but... Lindsay Lohan.
Well, kind of features, really.
LeBron James.
I don't know who he is.
Rihanna.
She's not. I can tell you that for definite. No, I can tell you that for definite. I spoke to her last week. She is definitely not part of the Illuminati. She don't care. She just doesn't care about anything.
Lady Gaga, and I'll give him honourable mention because this is to do with conspiracy theories. Michael Jackson.
Well, let's just go to Lady Gaga because we all read the article recently. Now she's claiming, what people assumed she said was, since her involvement with the Illuminati, she's been attacked by demons of all things.
So she sold her soul.
Because she sold her soul, basically. That's why she's ill.
You're going to do that, you're bloody silly. Sorry.
That isn't actually what she said, but that's what the newspaper twisted and said that she said, but she didn't actually say that. But, okay, your newspaper's free license, right?
Shall I bring up the celebrity deaths?
No, I want you to talk about the black eye first.
Oh, God, I put it down. You carry on talking, must have find it.
Well, various people, high-ranking people, as you know, are alleged to... they're getting black eyes, and they're saying that this is a symbol or a form of allegiance to the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
nothing to do with plastic surgery then, guys, right?
Oh, jeez.
I know, even Prince Philip, Carl. Prince
Billy!
No, Prince Philip Tillian.
Well,
yeah, they're supposed to
like
be
all
babies
the
and
royal
everything.
family.
yeah, when we talk about this higher level then, they are saying that they're the reptilian overlords, aren't they?
Which is, yeah, exactly. They're the heads and the royal family of the
Aliens!
Hey!
Yeah, which is one of those great little bit of tidbits that you go. But yeah, what you're describing is there's a higher power that controls people's views, what they listen to, what they like, what they don't like, etc., being Lady Gaga,
Can I
being
explain
one
how
of
to
the
get a black eye?
Black Eyed Peas.
What?
Thank you very much. I'm here all night.
Apparently, it's an initiation thing. It's part of the cult, and the pledger is said to be forced to eat pain in a quest to become more powerful, and that's how they get the black eye.
So they punch him in the eye?
It doesn't draw any other conclusion. It just says that's how they do it. So something is done to their eye. Whether it's one of their weird sexual rituals, I don't know. Whether
that
somebody
conjures
comes and
up
goes,
an image.
I mean, bang, and punches it in the face. I don't know.
Eat pain, except I can't aim because it's in your eye and not your mouth.
Also cool.
Yeah, okay, can I just be a person that sits on the fence getting splinters? So these people believe this, that, and the other, and whatever. Their music is successful because of there's a higher power behind it.
Reptilian overlord.
Whether it's reptilian overlord, whether it's a couple of people, a couple of bankers that are sitting there counting their money, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So this, that, and the other. So.
It's also called soulscaping, not like manscaping. It is also called soulscaping, and the bruised eye is also referred to as the Illuminati shiner, and it's a mark that's given to those who have scaled their way to the very top of the elite pyramid. It's also known as the Devil's Mark as well.
So you're telling me Jay-Z has got to the ultimate top of the Illuminati and sported a black eye for it?
Who is this all-seeing, all-being head of this secret organisation then?
Come on, keep it up. It was a reptilian overlord, for God's sakes.
No, that's a royal family.
They're pretty powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've done it.
Not as powerful as the Illuminati.
I'm actually looking at him in Japanese. He said that, and I'm just looking at him in Japanese.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Oh my God, what the hell are we talking about now?
The movie that just come out recently. Godzilla versus everybody else.
The Illuminati.
Do you want me to come out with these celebrity deaths that have been attributed to the
Illuminati? Let's talk about death.
Let's have a giggle.
These are all allegedly people who are going to expose the higher echelon of the Illuminati, and they got taken out before they could. Right.
What, the reptilian overlords?
The reason I mentioned Michael Jackson is he was allegedly a member of the Illuminati, but he didn't like a lot of what was going on, and he was going to go public, and he was taken out.
He couldn't go public with anything, that bloke. He could barely bloody function.
Another one. Kerry, shh, adult talking.
We are allowed to talk about things. We don't just want a monologue from Mark about them. We need to talk about the deaths.
I would agree with Carrie.
Thank
Mark
you,
Jackson,
Carl.
really. Okay, next one.
Next.
John Lennon, said to be a threat to many powerful people.
Why?
The INS
Imagine
had tried to deport him,
other people.
and
He's
he
not a
is-
threat, is he? He's singing love songs.
Have you seen his missus when they were like all loved up with a white piano and no clothes on? Oh my God, no, mate. What are you doing? Have a word with yourself.
He's still no threat to anybody.
Yeah, but he got bulleted in outside of New York. So yeah, we go. Next one.
But the bloke who was supposed to be mind power controlled by the Illuminati.
Thank you very much. She just said it.
Hell yeah.
And last week's show was supposed to have been taken out by the Illuminati.
See, it weren't the mob. It weren't the mob.
Right?
It weren't Lee Oswald, Lee Harvey Oswald. It weren't none of that. It was the Illuminati, Carl. See? Should have waited to this week's show to find
Right.
out.
I wish I'd known that when we did the show last week.
I know. It would have been 2 minutes show,
It'll
wouldn't
get
it?
better.
No.
Right?
Okay.
Martin Luther King.
Mark, where are you finding this information?
Oh,
It's,
pure conspiracy website.
No, it's on public domain. I went onto a lot of websites, but I didn't do the first 10 pages. I went.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this from.
Oh, you've got him on JFK, Mark.
No. This has got nothing to do with JFK. I'm talking about moments in history. So you got JFK.
Mm-hmm.
You got John Lennon.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King. Abraham Lincoln. Michael Jackson.
Not too sure about MJ, because I don't think that's a prominent moment in history.
Oh, I think you're
Marilyn
people
Monroe.
don't.
Unless you're really into his music. And
Marilyn Monroe was just
Sleeping
sleeping with the
everything
wrong people.
Marilyn Monroe and all these
JFK
people,
Jr.
all these people, all key people in history that died. Or
Robert Kennedy.
Exactly. You give me more of a list. All these people, these key people that died at a particular point in their time. You're basically saying that I'm not saying you personally, because you could be the Illuminati.
No, I think half of these are complete
doesn't upset you. So.
Well, they reckon Bruce Lee. I mean, seriously, Bruce Lee?
No, Bruce Lee,
Really?
because he tried to fight a live bullet and failed.
No. That was his son Brandon Lee, and that was an accident in the filming of The Crow.
Same thing.
There was a previous blank round stuck in the.
He still got shot by a live bullet, did he?
Yeah, well, he got shot by the remains of a blank.
He died from a fucking bullet.
His son did, yeah.
Yeah, so he still got.
It was an accident. But Bruce Lee, his dad, they reckon, was taken out by the Illuminati. And I'm sorry.
Why would Bruce Lee be taken out by the Illuminati?
You and I both think that, but according to this is often spoken up about being watched over by a demon, and it said that his death had been an Illuminati sacrifice.
Okay.
Illuminati sacrifice.
Okay. 2 seconds. So you're saying these famous people?
I'm not saying.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying what you're saying is you've said this a couple of times. This figure or this demon.
Ooh.
Okay, so now we're going back to other ways of looking at people that passed away in weird points in history. So is it down to this crazy organisation that wants to run the world, or is it down to religion, demons, this, that and the other, or are we talking weird coincidence?
I think it's just a series of unfortunate consequences, in my opinion. I don't think there's
lemony snickets.
I don't think there's an Illuminati controlling things and involved in everything.
Was the Jamaican aliens sitting there on there?
Yeah, you've got it. That's
going,
right,
man. Watching this craft come down, giving it the whole, give me some of that spliff and all. So are you talking about the Jamaican aliens or the Illuminati?
Oh, maybe that is actually it. They just, they pay loads of money. It's like Big Brother. It's like we are their little Big Brother.
Well, that's something that I had a discussion with somebody a couple of weeks ago, and it's this famous thing, which is I think Men in Black 2. Where he goes to the locker in Central Station, where it's, hey, Michael, and all that sort of stuff, the little aliens that prey onto him. And then you realise that we're not the life and the planet, we're actually a marble that are from an alien that's potentially being controlled by another outer being.
I love it. You know what?
How does that mess with your noggin?
You know what? I'd love it if that was the case, except I kind of think it's not, right?
Personally, I don't believe half of this. I think there may be some sort of Illuminati thingy out there, but I don't think it's this big thing that's trying to take over the world. I think the more worrying thing is the S word, personally, out of all that lot. But also, according to the Illuminati, Leon Trotsky was taken out by them, and also that the HARP machine is fully functional and working. And that explains all the weather change we're having. Got absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with climate change, but, hey-ho.
So basically they're saying Donald Trump who doesn't believe in climate change.
Well, they're also saying Donald Trump's the Antichrist, but, hey. I think his wig is.
I'm sorry, Donald Trump cannot be the Antichrist because
no, but
the Antichrist's hair would move.
No, and I'm sorry, but the Antichrist is sort of like already taken by another person. Me.
That's true.
No. You're
not the Antichrist.
You were on American Horror Story. Come on, let's have it with the red hair. We all know.
I'll tell you. You all think I'm nice. I'm not. I'm the Antichrist. It's fine.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen in the chat room, she can be a complete bitch.
This is the crazy thing about it. You can look at it, as we have discussed tonight, in a kind of dark mirror, jokey, laughy show. So we look at the Illuminati being this all-seeing, all-being this, doing this, controlling this. And then somebody else comes in with another point of view of modern-day beliefs, whether it's the S word, whether it's Donald Trump or something like that. But you can see common links between before, after, and now. Is that right?
I don't disagree with that, but I think they're just like hallmarks of everything that's been before. When anybody can't explain something, they attribute it to something that explains it. In this case, it's the Illuminati or aliens. So Kerry.
I'm just going to put this out there.
God.
The Illuminati,
ladies and gentlemen. The flop as it hits the table.
Okay. Illuminati, S word, the New World Order, this, that, and the other, the higher being, this, that, and the other, or just human progression in history, which I think most of it is about is human progression in history. They learn, they move on, they learn, they move on, they learn, they move on. Now, nowadays, do you believe there is a higher power? No. Do you believe there is an organisation behind everything, trying to control every move that we do?
No,
I do. Somebody listening to everything we talk about? If they are listening, hello, people.
It's a bit like the Men in Black, right? No, I don't think there is. I think we're completely rudderless and responding to situations rather than being proactive. We're being reactive. And I think that's the problem with today's politics and today's world is we are reactive to situations. And in my opinion, there is no higher power guiding it. I think we're farting in the wind, quite frankly, and hoping for the best. Mm-hmm. And trying to deal with so many issues because you can't do this because one group won't like it. You can't do that because another group. You only got to look at the Houses of Parliament to see that in play. That's without business on the table. I actually do not think any of the conspiracy theories surrounding the Illuminati are relevant or accurate or even valid. What I think there probably is an ultra man's club called the Illuminati who does have some form of power, but not the level of power to do what everyone seems to think they do.
Yeah, really?
There are business, it's well known. Clubs are all about networking and connection. That is more about what it is, not actually affecting world politics and stuff like that. I think in politics in particular we're rudderless, but that's just my opinion.
Perfect.
That's just my opinion. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. Mark? Yes, me. Stop playing with Ghost. What's your
I'm playing
view?
with the cat, actually. There you are. That proves that the flat Earth theory is completely out the window. I have a cat. He would have done. We've said before they knock all the shit off the edge if it was flat Earth. personally, every government has a dark side that not even the head of the government knows about. Like the president doesn't know about some of the black ops things. Our government, the whatever the hell the prime minister is, doesn't know about half the black ops things, etc., etc., etc. So I do think you have those. New World Order, I think there is a club, and I said to you at the beginning, I think it's possibly real, but I don't think it's this all-encompassing. Shadowy, as Mark says, Voldemort's in charge, this, that, and the other, and what have we got? Reptilian angel over. Oh, just reptilian. Oh, just no. David Icke says we have the royal family are reptilian alien overlords, and I'm sorry, but mate, go and take your Ritalin. Yeah, you just do one, please. Prince Philip, a reptilian overlord? I think not. He rolled his car, for God's sake.
If he is, he can't drive a car.
He really can't, can he?
Well, anyway, back to Kerry.
So we don't really believe it then, right?
Well,
I think it's the correct. We believe there's a club, but that's it.
Yeah,
but you haven't asked me yet.
Like I said about the Bohemian Club and that, I think that is the club, but the Illuminati is their businessy bit that we don't know a lot about.
But they don't affect world politics or world events like they
I don't
used
think
to.
I don't think it's got bugger all to do with that. I think it's
Carl,
just got everything to do with ways of making loads of money.
What do you think then? Here we go.
I kind of believe both of your points of view. I think the biggest thing here is there is a governing system between countries, and I'm talking on a country level, not a planet level. Maybe it goes as far as a planet level, depending if you believe in we've been contacted and this, that, and the other. But on a planet level, well, Kate, let me finish. You've had your moment. Let me have my moment.
Oh, it's all getting very possessive over our moment.
My nipples went so hard when you said that. Masterful.
Anyway, he's got 3 minutes. Carry on, Carl.
I would say there is something that controls. On a planet level and on a country level, I think there's probably a governing body between those countries that will control monetary events that potentially could be used in that way. Is there an all-seeing, all-being, some bloke sitting in a big, lovely, big chair going, and do I believe that there's potentially something behind it that controls world events? Yes, I do. So I believe there is a lot of things, like most conspiracy theories, where you can take a lot of truth and a lot of evidence from it that is actual fact. And it's like, look at this hand while this hand's waving, while this hand nicks your wallet. I believe that is potentially everything that you talk about when you talk about conspiracy theory is potentially there's a lot of truth behind everything. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, like you say, the royal family is in whatever, or whether there's one bloke sitting in a big chair going, every time he goes to bed, I don't know, but I believe there's something that is potentially truth behind most of the information, and a lot of it is just like, really, let's go and... Okay, I'll tell you what, most of it is smell the coffee, have a drink, wake up and think, what the F in whatever you're doing, and then progress from there. But I believe there's something behind everything that we talk about.
Thank you. That's what I've always said, that for every single thing we talk about, back along, there had to have been a grain of truth to start with.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, a gentleman's club. So, guys, what are we talking about next week?
Your role and the meaning of it in American Horror Story.
We are talking all about, Mark's going to love this one, and Carl might like this one too. Are you ready? Drum roll. Anunnaki.
Aliens!
Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
Your moment's gone now, mate.
The Anunnaki.
Yes, the Anunnaki. Mm-hmm. And Enki and all that lot, yes.
Why did we choose that topic, I wonder?
Well, it's a flip on the words that we just said tonight.
The Anunnaki, they're meant to be our
bit like the
forefathers and forebearers.
Exactly.
On that note, everybody, join us next week as we tackle the topic of the Anunnaki. And that's it. If you miss any of our shows, don't forget you can pop over to our YouTube channel where if you click like, share and subscribe and press a little bell thing, every time a show goes up, you will get a notification and you will get to hear it. So you won't have to miss a thing, right? Like reading? We have blogs for you over on parasearch.org from just about every presenter going. So check those out. And if you're interested in conspiracy theory, check out my blog on the conspiracy theory mindset. Shameless plug. Shameless plug on that one.
That is one hell of a shameless plug.
I know, but I never do shameless plugs, but there's my first.
Not else shameless, her behaviour at that party.
Well, it's not shameless because it's technically your network, so it's not a shameless plug.
Oh, okay. It's a little plug there. Anyway, on that note, say goodnight, guys.
Go on, Carl. You go first.
I would just like to say thank you very much to anybody listening, and it's been great. And next week we'll be deep in delving into the weird and wonderful world. And by the way, I'd just like to say, before Mark gets there, you know it, you've been touched by it, but Mark would say it the best.
Aliens!
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, guys, and I still think Donald Trump's wig rules the world. See you later.
And on that note, good night.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.